everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Maze and today I'm going to go over 10 things that every workshop should have that you can get at the 99-cent store. Alright, so let's see what we got. So you could definitely get candy at the 99-cent store. You don't need that, but it helps. So what do we have? First thing we have is some wipes. Glass and chrome wipes. So what you could do with these is you could use it to wipe off your tools. Maybe you're using some green wood or you get some wood glue on your chisel. You could use these wipes to clean it off, and since there's not really any water on here, that you won't rust up your tools. So it's a good handy thing to have around just to clean off your steel when you need to. Alright, so that's the wipes. Good one. What else you got for us, Maze? And we got shop towels. I mean, they say shop right on them, right? So you gotta have these. Everybody's got these, but if you're not getting them at the 99-cent store, you're paying too much for them. So you can get 5 of them for 99 cents, so they're 20 cents each. So you just throw them in your loop, use them to wipe your hands, and for 20 cents, might as well dual wield the shop towels, right? Bam. Dual wielding the shop towels makes you feel like a man or a strong, independent woman. So what do we got? Number 8. It's in the same vein, microfiber towels. Now this is probably in every shop too, but again, you're probably paying too much for them. These are good for, I use them to put on wax usually, or polish something up. I don't use it to clean anything. I'm usually use it to apply kind of a top coat of wax or polish. So you could see me doing that here. It's really good for tools. Put a coat of wax on it, it protects it from your sweaty hands getting it all grimy. It's probably going to get grimy anyway, but man, that's a sexy mallet. And there we got the microfiber towels. So number 7, what do we have? Just a plastic drop cloth. This is pretty self-explanatory. You could use it to cover up something you don't want to get dusty, or if you gotta paint something, you can throw that over it and paint on top of it. And then we start with our common household things you should have in the shop. You get Q-tips, or I guess cotton swabs, if for 99 cents. Now what I use these for is for glue ups. Like here I'm gluing in these dowels, so I'm using them to put glue inside the drill hole and then put glue onto the dowel as well. It's a little bit cleaner and a little bit more precise than just pouring glue into the hole. So there we got Q-tips. There's a bunch of uses for them, but that's just one of them. And another everyday item is some band-aids. So far, thank God, every injury I've had in the shop, all I've needed were some band-aids, so you can never have too many of them. And we have, what number we got? We're on number 4. We have paper clips. Now paper clips have about 1 million uses that I've counted so far, so there might be more of them. But one thing you could use them for is for tough glue ups. Say that one of your pieces of wood is sliding too much. It comes with like this plastic thing on it. I just removed it with some wire strippers. So say as you're clamping it down, the wood is sliding around. What you could do is you could take a paper clip and cut a little bit of it off, and then hammer that into the wood. And then you cut that part that's sticking out off. So there's just a little bit, just the slightest little bit of paper clip sticking out. And then you can hammer that in, and then you can glue that down and clamp it down, and it won't slide around. So there's other uses, but there's one of them. And then we have rubber bands. Now rubber bands you could use for a bunch of things. You could use them for clamps, you could use them to to keep things closed or keep things together, so I'm not really going to go over that. And then what's number 2? Toothpicks. Now, they don't have to have the little Mario mushroom tops, but it helps out a little bit. So one thing you could do with toothpicks, say you're just like cruising along, just walking, minding your own business, and you trip, and then you just strip the hell out of a screw. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I have to rebuild this entire thing. I have to start over from the very beginning. But not if you have toothpicks, right? So let's make sure this is good and stripped, just so we can prove our point here. And so you could see I'm going to be putting it in by hand. Yeah, changing my mind. Putting it in by hand, and I'm just pulling it out. I could screw it in a little bit and just pull it out by hand, almost all the way in, right? So I take a few of the magic mushroom toothpicks here, and then I just put them inside the hole, break it off, throw the other side in there, and then take my screw and screw it in. I'll back it off a little bit so I have something to hold on to, and I can't pull it out. Pull it out a little bit more. Still can't pull it out by hand. It was super easy just a second ago, and now there's only a few threads holding that in, and I can't just pull it out very easily. And so then what you could do if you want to make that a little bit more permanent is you take some wood glue and just put it into the hole. I should be using one of my Q-tips, but whatever. And then do the same thing. And this should be a good repair that should last for a while. And so there you go, toothpicks. The number one thing you can get at the 99-cent store, you should have in every shop, is straws. They don't have to be the super bendy straws. As a matter of fact, the little accordion parts are kind of worthless. But what you do is, say you have a glue up, right? And you put a little bit, way too much glue. And then, so pretend I'm clamping it down, and I got all that squeeze out, right? And so what are you gonna do? You're never gonna be able to sand that out. It's just in this tight corners, right? So you take your straw, and then you go around and you search for your scissors, and you come back a few minutes later, and then you cut that off at an angle, right? And you could use that as a little shovel to scoop out the glue, and then cut that part off at an angle, and you keep on doing that until you get rid of the vast majority of all that squeeze out. Done with that, you could take some of your shop towels that you got at the 99-cent store, and then some water, and you just clean off the tiny little amount that's left. And there you go, the cleanest glue joint 99 cents can buy. And there you go, all 10. As an added bonus, for a little bit more than 99 cents, at the 99-cent store you can get some water. I don't often drink water, but when I do, I prefer that it's cheap. Stay hydrated, my friends. So there you go, 10 things that every shop should have that you can get at the 99-cent store. Now either you have none of these things or a few of these things, in which case you should go and get all 10, or you have all 10 of these things in your shop and you don't buy them at the 99-cent store, so you're paying too much, or you do have all 10 of these things and you get them at the 99-cent store, which in that case you should just smash that like button, because great minds think alike, right? And that's the video. I hope you enjoyed that. That was just for a little bit of fun. We didn't make any dust, but again, we're gonna be making a bunch of dust coming up. I got a bunch of projects that I'm getting close to getting done. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, or you didn't know one of these 10, and I hipped you to one of the 10, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, thanks for watching. support your local craftsmen, or get out in your own workshop and make your own dust.